Welcome to Health 2660. Here we don't just talk about health, we tell the stories that heal. Now please listen to the story. Susan, at 49, felt the weight of the world settling not just on her shoulders, but predominantly around her middle. The weight wasn't just metaphorical, it was a very real physical manifestation of years spent chained to a desk, fueled by sugary lattes and refined carbohydrates. Her office job at a mid-sized accounting firm demanded long hours and intense focus, leaving little room for physical activity or mindful eating. The fluorescent lights of her cubicle seemed to drain the life out of her, leaving her perpetually tired, a fatigue that no amount of caffeine could truly conquer. She was a creature of habit, and unfortunately, her habits were slowly, insidiously betraying her. Her mornings began with a large caramel macchiato, its syrupy sweetness a temporary jolt to the system. Lunch was often a rushed affair. A pre-packaged sandwich on white bread, a bag of chips, and a diet soda. The irony wasn't lost on her, but the craving was too strong to resist. Dinner was frequently takeout, pizza, pasta, or some other carbohydrate-laden comfort food that promised momentary solace after a long day of crunching numbers. Vegetables were an afterthought, a forgotten side dish that rarely made it onto her plate. Exercise was a distant memory, something she vaguely recalled enjoying in her younger years, before the demands of her career had taken over. The gym membership she had optimistically purchased at the beginning of each year lay dormant, a testament to her good intentions and lack of follow-through. The subtle changes had crept up on her gradually. A little more tightness in her clothes, a little more difficulty buttoning her pants, a little more breathlessness when climbing the stairs. She attributed it to age, to the natural slowing down of metabolism, to the inevitable consequences of a sedentary lifestyle. She ignored the warning signs, dismissing them as minor inconveniences, until her body could no longer be silenced. A routine checkup revealed the truth. A diagnosis of stage 1 fatty liver. The doctor, a stern-faced man with a perpetually furrowed brow, delivered the news with a clinical detachment that did little to alleviate Susan's growing anxiety. He explained that fatty liver disease was becoming increasingly common, a direct result of poor diet and lack of exercise. He prescribed medication to help manage the condition, but his parting words were a stark warning. "This is a wake-up call, Susan. You need to make some serious lifestyle changes, or this will only get worse." Susan left the doctor's office, feeling a mixture of fear, guilt, and resentment. Fear of the unknown, of the potential health complications that lay ahead. Guilt over neglecting her health, over allowing her bad habits to dictate her life. In resentment towards the doctor for delivering the news with such bluntness, for simply prescribing medication without offering any real guidance or support. She felt overwhelmed, lost, and unsure of where to turn. The medication felt like a Band-Aid solution, a temporary fix for a problem that required a complete overhaul. She knew she needed to make changes, but the prospect of completely transforming her lifestyle seemed daunting, almost impossible. Several weeks passed, and Susan dutifully took her medication, but her lifestyle remained largely unchanged. The doctor's warning lingered in the back of her mind, a nagging reminder of her deteriorating health. She tried to cut back on sugar, but the cravings were intense, almost unbearable. She attempted to go for a walk, but the fatigue was overwhelming, and she quickly gave up. She felt trapped in a vicious cycle of bad habits and declining health, unable to break free from the inertia that held her captive. One afternoon, while having coffee with her friend Emily, a registered nutritionist, Susan finally confided in her about her diagnosis. Emily listened patiently, her expression a mixture of concern and empathy. Susan recounted her doctor's warning, her struggles to make changes, and her overall sense of hopelessness. Emily, known for her calm demeanor and practical advice, didn't offer any empty platitudes or unrealistic promises. Instead, she paused thoughtfully, her eyes focused on Susan's, and said, "Have you tried adding lemon water to your routine?" The simplicity of the suggestion caught Susan off guard. Lemon water. Could something so simple really make a difference? She had heard about the supposed health benefits of lemon water, but she had always dismissed them as just another trendy health fad. Emily, sensing Susan's skepticism, smiled gently. "It's not a magic bullet, Susan, but it can be a helpful tool," she explained. Lemons are packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, which can help support liver function and reduce inflammation. Plus, the citric acid in lemons can help stimulate the production of bile, which is essential for breaking down fats. Emily went on to explain the science behind the potential benefits of lemon water, carefully avoiding overly technical jargon. She described how the phytonutrients in lemons, such as flavonoids and limonoids, could help protect the liver from damage and promote detoxification. She emphasized that lemon water was not a cure-all, but it could be a simple, effective way to support liver health as part of a broader, healthy lifestyle. She cautioned Susan against expecting immediate results, stressing the importance of consistency and patience. That simple suggestion sparked Susan's curiosity. She realized she knew very little about the food she consumed daily, and even less about how it impacted her organs. The next day, she researched the phytonutrients Emily had mentioned, delving into scientific articles and health blogs. She was surprised to find a wealth of information about the potential health benefits of lemons and other citrus fruits. She learned about the role of antioxidants in fighting free radicals, the importance of vitamin C for immune function, and the liver protective properties of certain plant compounds. The more she learned, the more motivated she became to take control of her health. Susan decided to make consistent changes, starting with Emily's suggestion of incorporating lemon water into her daily routine. Every morning, she squeezed the juice of one fresh lemon into a glass of water. She avoided bottled lemon juice, knowing that only fresh lemons provided the full benefits of vitamin C and phytonutrients. The tart, refreshing taste of the lemon water was a welcome change from her usual sugary coffee drinks. It became her daily ritual. Simple, refreshing, and easy to maintain. She found herself looking forward to it each morning, a small act of self-care that set a positive tone for the day. Next, she tackled her diet. She knew that cutting back on sugar and refined carbs was essential for improving her liver health. That meant saying goodbye to sweetened coffee drinks, pastries, white bread, white rice, and sugary snacks. It was a difficult transition, but she was determined to stick with it. She started by gradually reducing her intake of sugary foods, replacing them with healthier alternatives. Instead of a caramel macchiato, she opted for black coffee with a splash of almond milk. Instead of a prepackaged sandwich on white bread, she made her own sandwiches with whole grain bread, lean protein, and plenty of vegetables. She swapped white rice for brown rice and sugary snacks for fruits and nuts. It wasn't easy, but she found that the more healthy food she ate, the less she craved the unhealthy ones. She also made a conscious effort to increase her intake of vegetables. She added salads to her lunches, and dinners experimented with new vegetable recipes, and started snacking on raw vegetables with hummus or guacamole. She discovered a whole new world of flavors and textures, realizing that healthy food could actually be delicious. She focused on incorporating liver-friendly foods into her diet, such as leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, garlic, and turmeric. She learned that these foods were rich in antioxidants and other beneficial compounds that could help support liver function and reduce inflammation. In addition to dietary changes, Susan also incorporated light physical activity into her daily routine. She knew that she couldn't go from being completely sedentary to running a marathon overnight. So she started small, with daily 30-minute walks around her neighborhood. She found that the walks helped improve her circulation, energy, and mood. She also started doing some light stretching and yoga at home, following along with online videos. On weekends, she went for hikes with friends, exploring the trails and enjoying the fresh air. She gradually increased the intensity and duration of her workouts, but she always made sure to listen to her body and avoid pushing herself too hard. She discovered that exercise was not just about losing weight. It was also about improving her overall well-being. But most importantly, she stayed consistent. Day after day, week after week, Susan stuck to her new routine, trusting that small changes would bring big results over time. There were days when she felt tempted to slip back into her old habits, days when she craved a sugary treat or wanted to skip her walk. But she reminded herself of her goals, of her desire to improve her health and well-being. She visualized herself as a healthier, more vibrant version of herself, and that vision kept her motivated. She also found support from her friend Emily, who checked in on her, regularly offered encouragement, and provided helpful tips and advice. Emily helped her stay on track, celebrating her successes and offering support during setbacks. Susan realized that having a support system was crucial for maintaining long-term lifestyle changes. She also joined an online support group for people with fatty liver disease, where she connected with others who were going through similar experiences. Sharing her struggles and successes with others helped her feel less alone and more motivated to continue her journey. After 6 to 12 months of consistency, Susan began to notice significant improvements in her health. Her liver fat decreased, as evidenced by her improved liver function tests. Her energy levels improved dramatically, allowing her to tackle her work and daily activities with renewed vigor. Her skin looked healthier and more radiant, a reflection of her improved diet and hydration. Her sleep quality improved, allowing her to wake up feeling refreshed and rested. She felt stronger, more energetic, and more confident than she had in years. At her next checkup, the doctor was amazed to see her liver function. Tests returned to normal. He congratulated her on her remarkable progress, admitting that he had been skeptical of her ability to make such significant lifestyle changes. He asked her what she had done, and Susan proudly recounted her journey from the initial diagnosis to the daily lemon water, the dietary changes, the exercise routine, and the unwavering consistency. The doctor, visibly impressed, acknowledged that lifestyle changes were often more effective than medication alone, and he encouraged Susan to continue her healthy habits. Susan's journey was far from over, but she had learned valuable lessons about the power of small changes, the importance of consistency, and the transformative potential of a healthy lifestyle. She continued to prioritize her health, making it an integral part of her daily routine. She realized that taking care of her body was not a burden, but a privilege, a way to honor the gift of life. She continued to drink lemon water every morning, to eat a healthy diet, to exercise regularly, and to connect with her support system. She became an advocate for healthy living, sharing her story with others and inspiring them to take control of their own health. She proved that it was never too late to make a change, and that even the smallest actions can have a profound impact on our well-being. Years later, Susan, now in her late 50s, radiated health and vitality. She had maintained her healthy lifestyle, inspiring countless others along the way. Her story became a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of self-care, and the transformative effects of simple, consistent changes. She often reflected on that fateful afternoon when her friend Emily had suggested adding lemon water to her routine, realizing that it was not just the lemon water itself that had made the difference, but the spark of curiosity and the commitment to change that it had ignited within her. The small suggestion had been the catalyst for a profound transformation, a journey that had not only healed her liver, but had also enriched her life in countless ways. And it all started with a simple glass of lemon water. Health 2660. Thanks you for listening. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, be kind to yourself.